Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another casted game. We're into the fourth game here of this Playoff 5 series between Yukietti and Miggo. This is part of the Esoc Premier League for week number 1 between the Hudson Bay Bigs and the Crassier Management Company. And so far, it's been a bit of a whitewash here for Yuki, absolutely showing Miggo how it's done and how Age of Empires 3 theory has moved on since the last time that Miggo has touched this game. But we're in the fourth game on Pomerania. What a great map this is, by the way. Yuki playing as the Germans, spawning to the east in the colour pink, his favourite colour. And Miggo playing as the Haudenosaunee / Iroquois, spawning to the west of the map in the colour teal. Now, I believe the Haudenosaunee here for Miggo is a familiar civ. It's in familiar territories. But, again, we're seeing some interesting play. Miggo just running around with his travois. Is he going for an Age 1 dock? Maybe. I mean, he should know that the water is on the northern side. You can see the coast straight away. You can see the flag. I think he's just scouting. I think he's just saving this for maybe a house. But don't drop a house here. That would be suicide. Don't lose it to the town centre as well. Yeah, it's going to be a house. Miggo's building a trading post. He's trying to scout a German dock. Is this just shift click across the map? This is not a scouting pattern you expect on Pomerania. And the thing is, he's so close to the town centre. If that town centre is loaded with villagers and puts pressure on the Discovery Traveller, that could end the game. But no, Miggo is just going to get out of there. He's been very polite. Sorry for walking into German territory. I will get out of the way. But no dock start here for Miggo. Going for a trading post opening. Really forward house. It's not a spawn point. It's just a placement. But the general idea in the theory of scouting your Travar to build a house is you build the house somewhere really awkward to siege and attack, and right in front of your opponent's base is neither awkward or just, yeah, it's just bad. There is no good way to say this. It's not a good location. I'm expecting that to be under a bit of pressure in the second age. If Yuki sees it, he was paying attention to that scouting pattern of that Travar walking through his base. He must know that would have been built somewhere nearby due to having to have the population space to train more villagers. And more importantly, sent in the 3 vills as card number 1, which nearly hits the field. Risoto, oh my god, that house placement. I think Miggo's head's already gone. I don't want to say that as a cast. I want to be as neutral and balanced as possible, but I just find that strange. Like, I find trying to attack the German explorer with a gunman, like your converted guardian, you know you're going to lose that with a triple XP multiplier versus that unit. That gunman's actually really strong versus bow, pike, age 2. It's a high base attack damage. Could get some value. And just giving that one away straight away. He's trying as hard to secure his 90 wood. I guess is the play. Does have a crack shot he's waiting for. Germany was pushed back, and we do note that Germany wants to try and build trading posts in transition. He'll get 50 wood. He's going to say to Miggo, you can take your 90 wood. I just want to get on this trading post straight away and get one built. I think he's happy with that. I think he can take that trade.
More reinforcements have arrived.
Thank you very much, sir, for the raise, Esoc. You missed out some fun entertainment games here, A's. Tut tut tut. Oh, look at you wanting to play Age of Empires 3 in practice and get on the ladder and provide amazing content. How dare you, Esoc? How dare you still enjoy playing the game? Train post does go up. Haudenosaunee Explorer fails to snare the Explorer. I think after the age up bonus, Haudenosaunee Explorer should be able to take on the German one. So much extra HP and attack, and the dogs to help out as well. But he sprints out of the way. Look at him go. Look at that running motion. I'm surprised he didn't fall over on his face there. That was a really, really, really aggressive run. Maybe we found the next Usain Bolt. Miggo, it feels like a bit of a... I'm not going to say a slow age up. It's just an age up. You see market coming down, upgrading the gold, upgrading the food income. This could be like a wise woman age up. Yeah, wise woman age up here. There is a travois to go for a war hut. Defensive war hut. Not looking to put it right next to the war his longhouse, protect that. I think Miggo said goodbye to that building already. Maybe it's a delaying tactic. Sending in crates of raw resources. 5 ills first. What's he going to spend this extra wood on? I'm kind of a bit... I want to see what he wants to spend this extra random 100 wood. Maybe he's just going to send 5 ill, mix crates and age up, and just keep that wood in reserve for maybe an elite upgrade for the Canyers. Maybe another house when he needs it. You know, it's always fine to save resources instead of aimlessly spending them and potentially wasting them. That 100 could become crucial later on. You see Yuki going for his somewhat of a trademark Dock Eco H2. Does absolutely love this build order here. He's gone for 3 settler wagons into 700 woods. The 700 woods here helping, or will help, dock production, houses, maybe get stable up, maybe get place mines before he gets onto the gold income. Does have gangster as well. Yuki will be under pressure from H3 play from Haud if he goes for that. But the economy behind this is looking pretty stellar. The dock eco and all the settler wagons providing so much extra income. Settler wagon should get onto that crate. Very nice. But let's do move in. Picks off the Explorer. That's plus 100 XP there for Germany. That's huge. That's huge. Very nicely played. I can't imagine that Miggo will lose a villager here, so I have to assume that that didn't happen. And I didn't miss anything of overly note, but you can never be certain with Volan raids. Just dive in, get the job done. Pikeman siege in the trading post. Quick crack shot on the musketeer as well for 50 gold. And Miggo is just... He's just in base. Went for the age up. No map control. And no real hope of defending that trading post. That goes down to 5 pikes. And we've seen similar like games where we've seen some civs train some heavy infantry to siege a side trading post. Unsure whether it's worth it or not because it does slow your own build down quite a bit to get it done. I think because Yuki's gone eco as well that he's always going to delay his age up. So this is actually a fine play for himself. Church down as well to receive extra XP income. 700 gold follows up, so it's just a 3 settler wagons, 700 wood, 700 gold into age 3 playstyle there from Yuki. Stable being built. He's already got enough gold. Moving the coin crates, that's just awkward spawning. Okay, big coin crates spawn at the back, but there are 3 settler wagons nearby. But Ant's going for another raid. Avil goes down. Avil goes down and actually does deny the longhouses. 24 villagers. He's lost 2. He would have trained 1. But he's now still at 24. He was at 24 villagers like a minute and a half ago. Momentum not quite here with Miggo. Losing the TP. Losing some vills. How's population space? Has loads of population space. More population space than he can deal with. And that house here on the coast. You know what? Not scouted. It's just the one bit of map that Yuki hasn't scouted, so it's actually kind of worked in his favour. I do not believe that. Maybe on the age up to age 3, the dock might get enough line of sight to uncover that. Oh no, it won't. That house might stay there for the entire game, and I take my hat off to Miggo for that very enlightened placement, but didn't scout anything relative. Like, it just scouted the coastline. Maybe Miggo has no idea what the map is. Why would you send it that way? I don't know what it achieves. Aging up with villagers and 2 healers. Okay. Are we going to see a community plaza get thrown down? Oh, that's not even a fast age up. Aging slow versus Germany with high economy. Explorer under pressure. But Town Center, Explorer and War Hut should actually get the job done. Especially the healer moving into combat. 5 attack. Sometimes it's the little things which make the difference. And instead of that line walking away with 21 HP, it's only got 11 HP thanks to that healer's attack. I mean, healer literally is healing up the Explorer. That's this is like old school Transcendence before it was a thing. But having access to healers as the Haudenosaunee was not a thing back in TAD, and healers have been introduced as a kind of a way to balance the fire pit, I guess, whatever it's called these days, community plaza. I don't actually know. I mean, Aging Vills to the 3rd Asian slow Just look at the score difference already. Yukietti, 36 villagers. 8 of them are settler wagons. He's at 44 eco behind this. Miggo, 30 villagers. All of them are native and lacking steel traps. His gold income's pretty decent. Well, ish. 0.66. Look at them hard at work there, talking about the price of wheat, the price of fur. Yeah, these guys are actually working. They're actually hunting and killing, but these guys are just chilling and chatting. Germany moving down to the southern side, securing the hunts. Just skirm Ulan here for Yuki, just keeping it nice and simple. 14 vet Ulan, 13 skirms. There's the 9 Ulan card. Wow, what a beast of a shipment. Has a lot of villas on wood, getting good income here. Continuously building houses, and there's 5 musket riders. Can they work through 22 veteran Ulans? Possibly not. There's Kanya horsemen, but they're not upgraded. Kevin will be tearing his hair out of this site. You do not take a fight without the upgraded Kanya horsemen. I don't think Kanya upgraded Kanyas is actually coming. He is training 5 musket riders. Backdoor raid here from the Ulans onto the elite forest prowlers. Couple of musket riders will eventually work their way through. Some of the Ulans now sit on the explorer. Now the units are actually out of range with the explorer HP buff. Ulans just diving onto the forest prowlers. The skirms focusing down the musket riders one by one. This is a cleanup. Pomerania is losing his forces right now as we speak. Training some more musket riders. No production here from the war hut. Floating a bit of resources. Does actually work through all the Ulans, but there's still a decent amount of skirmishers behind here for Yuki. And the thing is, there are reinforcements. He will pick up the explorer kill. That's plus 100. There are Kanyas coming. Oh no, it's more musket riders. But the Kanya shipment is coming. That might be his way to break this and punish Germany for pushing out early. But that fight and the XP kills gives Germany more shipments. He's trained a batch of 5 war wagons, sending 8 Ulans now on the field. Economy on the water, strong. Yuki's one of the few players actually gets the Gillnets upgrade. That's so good. 15%. I think it's 15% from the dock for all 11 of your fishing boats. So good value there, and it's a very smart way to increase your income on water compared to just constantly just training unupgraded fishing boats. Comes a point in time where the upgrades actually really make a huge difference, and Yuki's identified that timing. 17 skirmishers. There's still 4 war wagons to complete that batch, but it's the Ulans. It's 13 Ulans, and still more elite musket riders coming in. Kanya's still age 2. This is skirm control pretty good. Kanya's dive in. Vet Ulans move forwards to block. Explorer low HP. That's going to go down again if Yuki sees that at micros. But the frontline cab just crumbles. Ulans on top of the forest prowlers. Musket riders trying their hardest to work, but the Ulans catching reinforcing skirmishers. Those dragoons are hanging out to dry. Villager pool. 35% 35 HP explorer still alive somehow. But things are getting dire. They've got in-base golds out. They just idle those vills. That's what happened. They were just idle. That wasn't an intentional vill pull. And the next batch of units just getting cleaned as soon as they enter the battlefield, causing no casualties as well. That's a cleanup. And Yuki taking the 4th game here in this Play All 5 series. How many vills did Miggo lose in H2? No units were made in H2, that's fine, but did lose 1 in H slow. So I thought he might have traded a couple more than lost them in H fast, but he did H slow, H with the chief, and that's looks like it's just 4 villagers and 2 healers and a travois. That's not super impactful. I know he went wise woman H2s and then thinking, oh, let's keep that economy rolling, but Yuki here with the dock semi. What a great build order that is from Germany. I think that is one of the strongest build orders we see from Germany these days, and it's certainly worth looking back onto that. But the economy is just not even close. Early on, military forces relatively even, and there were opportunities there for the Haud player to capitalize, but no veteran Kanya horseman. There was opportunity. He did have the stable there that was constantly training musket riders. Seen quite a few Haud players building a transition war hut so they can actually have 3 production facilities, double skirm and then cav production, get the elites Canyers in, send in the Canyers while train the musket riders, and you can kind of play from there. But from Miggo's point of view, O's just didn't have enough to deal with the Ulan spam. Musket riders eventually killed enough Ulans, but the damage was done and the Forest Prowlers were essentially killed. Always feel for these matchups, you could actually upgrade Tomahawks, send Tomahawks from the home city, and also research Tomahawk Big Button upgrade. So you can go for the 500 food for 5 Tomahawks, then the 500 food, 500 gold for 10. I mean, it's a decent way to get stuff out on the map pretty quickly. You can spawn it from forward war hut spawn point, so I think that might be a nice way. Huge damage versus Ulans. Trades, not great versus war wagons, it has to be said, but kind of protects your skirmishers in its dying need. Quick way to access more units. But the next game does go down, unfortunately, and Yuki here on the brink of a series whitewash. Miggo still yet to play the Indians, though, so expecting his main squeeze to come out behind. So we'll have to leave that game there and move on to the next game. So make sure you continue the series, and I'll see you in the 5th game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 5 between Yukietti and Miggo. We've had a bit of an explosive series so far. Yukietti dominating the first 4 games over his rusty opponent Miggo. And game 5 may provide Miggo that opportunity to come back in. And why do I say that? Well, it's a Spanish mirror on Dakota. Yukietti spawning in the top left of the map in the colour dark blue, with Miggo spawning to the southeast in the colour teal. Both players going for early training posts. It's a Spain mirror. I reckon this is going to be fast, brutal, bloody, and aggressive from both players. I don't imagine Age 2 aggression from either player. Potential Age 2 advanced trading post play could work as well, but Spain with their fast shipments, Age 3, Falconet, Lancers, you know it. Strong Explorer and War Dog in Age 1, pick up some good treasures. Miggo here accidentally attacking with his War Dog first, which has lost a lot of HP on that. 80 food nearby, does pick up 90 food and a bear guard nearby. If he sees that, it's going to help his Age 1 very much. And Yukietti going 12-10. Not even messing, just going 12-10 here. Miggo going more of a standard 15-vil Age up likely. Does get the house down. With all the other treasures as well he may pick up. Should have a pretty decent Age up timing. But we'll have to find out. There are a lot of extra cards that Spain have at the disposal in Definitive Edition. Spain, I'd say, are the Civ with the most number of unique strategies. You've got advanced training post play, you've got standard FF, you've got Halberdier FF, you've got FF into Spanish Gold 1k Wood, FF into Hacienda play defensive, you got FI, Bow Pike, FI, Revolts, probably some other FI variation. There's so many things that Spain can do in their roster of things that they want to. How can I forget Age 2 Logistician play, Age 2 Logistician Water. So many things that Spain can do. Interesting to see the one that Miggo picks, considering he's kind of been out of the scene for a while. The Bisons might expire here, so you might want to make sure he gets the next villagers prepped for the Bisons. They're all running through, and yeah, back herd is in. That's brutal. It's one of those things that it's just so important. Like, just looking at the amount of villagers walking around, running around there, ham switching the Bisons to the pronghorns. There's a decent amount of food just gone, and you know, Miggo is at 700 now. He could be at 770, 780, but he's going for a 16-vil Age up versus a 12-10. Oh, I don't know. Oh, Yuki has gone for more standing. I guess he got for a wood treasure then. My apologies, Yuki. I was not watching. I was not paying attention. What a terrible caster I am. Missing the wood treasure there. Just want to confirm that one. I don't actually know. It didn't look like he was chopping it. Or maybe I just was completely blind. Maybe he wanted to get the free villager shipment in nice and early so that he didn't delay a 3-vil shipment and delay the TC a little bit while he was building the house. But Yuki aging with 14 vils. Miggo aging up with 16, and I said that the 15 vil was the standard. Aging at 14 is really nice if you can get away with it for food treasures, but 16's just bad. Like, Miggo is floating 2 shipments at the moment. He's not looking to go for advanced trading post in transition, going for map control. We're talking about Yukietti aging up. Well, here's me aging up about 30 seconds fast, maybe a little bit more. I guess there was a bit of out time here from Yuki's point of view, but there's the 407 age up. Miggo, still a long way to go. It's going to be like 450. This is going to be one of the longest age ones I've ever seen Spain do in a long time. Yuki's going for in-base outposts, gold straight away. Sending 5 vils first. Maybe going for a 5 vils 700 wood. He's actually got a lot of gold, but he's not actually chopping too much. He has gone for early capitalism as well. So I think this is like a variation of the Spanish FF. I have tried some ladder a few times a while back. I want to say I played this before it became popular, but essentially capitalism into 5 vil is essentially plus 8 villagers for your Spanish economy compared to going 3 vil 700 gold, which Miggo may do. He's actually going for 5 vil into, or 3 vil into 5 vil outpost moving forward. Cheeky pause here from Yukietti. This is a live game. I don't know if it means I have to watch the pause back at the same speed, or can I? I don't really want to hit the play fast button. I don't really want to press the unpause button either. We'll have to find out. Yuki, stop unsnaring. Getting that pause micro in. Once again, Miggo's Explorer has been taken down in the base of his opponent. If your Explorer is like the British Explorer or French Explorer, I wouldn't mind too much, but Spanish Explorer, you're not getting dogs. I suppose the Explorer might be on full HP when you push into 3rd age, but if Yuki's pushing you and your Explorer's out of action, well, you're missing dogs. You're missing literally your best units. You've got to be very careful with that. Yuki tries to scout forward aggression. Doesn't see it. Miggo's gone in base outpost. Steel traps from the market. 700 gold to follow. 700 wood. No capitalism here. Does he need the 700 gold? Looks like he does. He's going increase CDB as well to pivot. That's a very nice addition to the economy. Yuki already nearly clicking up. Sending the 700 wood, skipping 700 gold. 23 eco population here for Yuki plus capitalism. Miggo's on 24. 25 now. Long way from aging up. Needs the 700 gold to get him there. And the 700 wood will help as well. So, bit of a difference in terms of builds and timings. Yuki sees Miggo's trading post and raises him 1 trading post. See that from the UI, and I think Yuki is, hyper aware when he's playing these series. This is a tournament series, and when you're playing games like this, every little detail matters. And actually noticing the potential here for a in-base Creed trading post here from Miggo. Yuki's like, right, I need to go Creed to match him and to not fall behind. But actually, Yuki's quite far ahead in terms of build orders and tempo. Miggo now clicking up with the scout for Hus. Yuki halfway there, also probably aging up the Hus. Yep, there's the scout. Double hunts down here. So that's going to give Yuki confidence that the CDB's been trained from the Kree. We'll go straight onto the resources. And actually, I think it's safe to have more Vils going that way as well. So that, they're not wasting their time. There's plentiful of pronghorns. Yeah, pronghorn and elk. There's the silver mine as well. Meanwhile, in front of Miggo's trading post, there's a silver mine, pronghorn. CDBs have actually gone back into base, so they're going to walk in to gather resources. They might have to walk out of base later on as well to get even more. But Miggo is herding in the animals. Right, Yuki is into the next stage. Stable is down. Scooping up with lancers, sends rods maybe. Could go goon. Not the end of the world to go goon. Yeah, go goon. Does Spanish gold card number 1. Would be tempted to say that Yuki should buy some wood and get a second trading post if he's going for a Spanish gold play. More shipments equals more resources. Looking at Yuki's deck, by the way, he does have double Hacienda. What a strong card that is. That is the equivalent of 4 plantations. 2,400 wood worth of shit you can send. Utterly unbelievable how that card is still in the game in its current state. Hussars moving in. They do see the musketeers. They will back off. Yuki anticipating that Miggo is aging up with the Hussars as well. So doesn't stick around any longer. Gets out of there and Miggo's age up has been complete. Miggo going for 2 Falconets straight away. Wow, that is hyper aggressive here from Miggo. The problem is that his tower is in base. His town center is, well, obviously it's in base by definition. Yeah, lol, I know. Sorry, I know. But that's going to be a long way into the Falconets across the map. But actually, Yuki's pins down the Hussars. The Goons come out to play, and they're going to pick up the Hussars behind this. Momentary freeze in the game. Goons catching the remaining Huss. Actually allowing 3 Huss to escape as well. And Yuki's just going to pull all his forces back at home. And by the time, Miggo, he's not making villagers. He's making war dogs. There's a 4 batch of Rodoleros. 10 musketeers as well, moving around. Has he got enough units to upgrade them to veteran? I don't know. I don't think he's looking to upgrade them to veteran. Falconets unpacking in base. Miggo is expecting all-in aggression here from Yuki, so he's kind of anticipating that. But no, Yuki is not going all-in aggression. Yuki's going Spanish gold into 1k wood, and you know how I said there's many strategies and variations. There's many ways to pivot into Age 3 or how to get into Age 3. And Spanish gold into 1k wood is one of the old school strategies of Spain, and underutilized in the current meta is still really strong as a concept of how it plays. The thing is with this, you can still go into Marvelous New Year or Haciendas afterwards. Like, it's not a Haciendas card or New Year's a better card of Spanish gold, as you can have it in addition to Spanish gold as well, and it all works really well together. Yuki cancels the Hacienda card there. I think that's the right play. You know, going for Spanish gold early on, you don't really need another super eco card. Obviously, in this situation, you only get the Haciendas for maybe Vil production, but not having the New Year's card kind of makes that Vil production a bit awkward because of missing out on the faster training villagers. Defensive Falcons here from Yukietti about a pot. Hasn't got much sight on the approaching army, but as soon as Miggo shows himself at the native trading post, well, Yuki has all eyes on what's happening, and all he sees is just kind of traditional heavy infantry falconet push here from Spain. It's 10.5 minutes. Like, if I wanted Spain aggression, I'd get on the phone and I'd dial up Pirashiki or, God, who's the other guy who played Twitch Imsage and Draztic. I'd get those boys on the line. They know how to get a job done. Falcor, Miggo could actually take that. I thought they were in range. I thought they were all in range just to take off Fog of War there. I was surprised. No Falcons were exchanged at this point. I mean, this game is still pretty crucial. Like, even it is 4-0 to Yuki in the series, if Miggo wins this game, that's going to be a massive point swing to the Crassier Management Company for the week's total. Game is just, it's on its knife edge. Dragoons moving in, baiting the Rodoleros forwards. Falcons unload onto the Rodoleros. Not too many kills. Falcons here from Miggo, fully recharged. Big volley there from Yuki. And I think what Yuki's doing is saying, I'm happy just to exchange Falconet shots and infantry. I don't want to risk a Falconet exchange in game between these two players. I just want to rely on my massive unit shipment. Full on, all in here. Musketeer, Vilpool, couple skirms, Lancers. There's the Falcon trade. 1 apiece. But it's H2 Musketeers, and they're getting picked off pretty nicely. Dragoons move in, actually wins the Falcon War. 1 Falconet remains. Still, massive Lancer mass here from Yuki. Not much heavy infantry remaining. Skirmishers are plenty. Dragbox micro to get the Lancers to the front. That's good micro, that is. 10 Lancers on the field. Yuki actually even sending 4 Lancers behind this as well. He's pulling back. He just wants the skirmishers and the falconets to work their magic as long as possible. But unfortunately, Miggo pushing. Not quite working here. And Yuki's eco is just so far ahead with the capitalism, the Spanish gold, that even if that fight went Miggo's way, I think Yuki could have hung on and come himself back in. But now we're just watching Lancers prod their way to victory on some skirmishes. There's no other supporting units nearby. And a disappointing series there for Miggo comes to an end. Surely Yuki be very happy with his playstyle. Had plans for each of the games, well executed, simple build order, simple playstyle. But it's all part of the strategy of trying to pick the matchups and agree to them. Which matchups do you want? And potential 5-0 here for Yuki, but the CMCs also have another 5-0 on their side. So it kind of balances out. World order has been restored. Quite a lot of Lancers have been killed there in the recent short amount of time. But when the Vilpools are coming in to try and block the Lancers on the skirmishes, you know you're in for a bad time. And there the GG's been called. And a quick series has come to an end. That's 5-0 there for Yukietti. Well played to him. Congratulations on winning maximum points of your team. This is a team event, and that will go a long way. We didn't see any India there from Miggo. I was expecting to see a little bit of Indian play. Just outclassed, really. And, I mean, when you're casting ladder games or recorded games, you always give the benefit of doubts to players, but this is a tournament game, and if you're not fully up to speed, up to level with meta information, knowledge, ability, this can happen. And yeah, Miggo just got clapped, so might be having to reconsider matchups for next week. Yuki, though, will take this 5-0 victory to next week full of confidence to potentially move on and take on bigger feats and earn more points at Hudson Bay Bigs. I'm sure Lionheart will be very delighted to see Yuki in good form. Maybe Gigs will substitute out Miggo for Sompu Konku into the next round. The rest of the CMC lineup is kind of stacked though, so I don't think there's too much fear through the CMC camp just yet. And yeah, it's a whole league system, so no one's eliminated. Each game matters, and we will move on into the next week for these players. And for this series, that is going to be it. A very quick look at the timeline. Yeah, the pushing Yuki there, very smart in declining the Falcon trade early on. Miggo was trying to offer the Falcon trade. Yuki declined it, kept out of range, and just started hammering on the Rodoleros with the Falconets. Once the heavy infantry mass started to dwindle a little bit, Minutemen were called, Lancers were shipped, Lancers were trained, Skirms trained, push out, and yeah, the forces dominated. And that's sometimes, if you don't want your games to end in a Falcon trade, well, that's how it's shown there from Yuki, is you keep the range, and you keep picking off what you can pick off, and just keep keeping the distance. So, nice build, nice play. 16 voyage up here from Miggo was just sad to see, unfortunately. And there's a bit of a delay here from his 14th Vil as well, so that kind of explains the entire delay. Bit of odd time here for Yuki on his 14. I think 15 is just the standard gold go-to when you're going for a house and a training post as Spain. I could be overruled there. I'm not a Spanish expert. I'll leave that to you. But bit of eco, and actually the first time in a very long time I've seen Spanish gold be used and sent by a Spanish player. So it's actually really, really refreshing to see, considering all the DE jazz that have been added to the civilizations. Like, Spain has quite literally had a vajazzle in DE. They've been given so many new toys to play with. But it's I don't know what Spain is these days anymore. But yeah, that's going to end that series. So thanks for you watching. Well, thanks for all you guys watching on Twitch. There's a decent amount of views, so thanks for dropping by. And you guys watching later on the YouTube, thanks for watching that as well. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow for even more casted games of the Esoc Premier League number 4. So I'll leave it there. Thank you very much.